And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Welcome to the Dice Tower. I'm Melody, and this is my dad, and today we're reviewing Ovo.
From Gigamic Games, Ovo is a strategy game for 2 or for 4 players. A game in which you are moving, well, eggs. I don't know. I mean, I guess they're oval-shaped things, but everyone is going to call them eggs.
Yeah.
They're eggs, for sure.
With little symbols on the bottom.
This is an abstract strategy game. We'll take a look at how it plays, and we'll be back. Okay, here's a setup for a 2-player game, yellow versus blue. The game also comes with 4 eggs of different colors, and I'll show how a 4-player game is set up. But the games are played fairly similarly. On your turn, and turn's going to go back and forth between the 2 players, you have 2 types of moves. You can move 1 space in any direction, or you can jump. So in this time you jump, but you can also jump multiple pieces in multiple directions like that. Now, when, on your turn, you land on your opponent's line, you'll flip the egg. So now it is an egg whose color is secret. And you can still move that egg, but your opponent can also move the egg on their turn. And what will happen, so maybe next turn I do this, and as the game progresses, you will find out that you will forget which eggs are which. But hopefully you can remember, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to get all your eggs across the board. And once they're all across the board and they come back, and let's say the game looks like this, and I'm the blue player, I'll say, all my eggs have come home. I announce that I know I've won, and then I reveal each of the eggs. And I reveal a yellow one, so I lose. But had that one been a blue egg, then I would have won. Now if you're playing a 4-player game, what you'll do is you'll start with 4 eggs, except rather than being in a line from each other, you'll start in a corner like this. Now the eggs are really good quality, and the game plays, I mean, they're very, very durable eggs. I am a little wondered that there's symbols on the sides of them. There's an up symbol, a down symbol, and 2 circles. So if you were really a crass player, you could tilt the eggs as you put them down so that you can remember which ones were your color. Now maybe they intended it to be like that, but I doubt it. But you know, unless you're looking really closely, that probably won't matter. One thing I forgot to mention in the overview there was that an action you can take in your turn, you can move or jump with your thing, but you can also pick up an egg that you can't and look at it. So you will find yourself possibly needing to look at eggs over the course of the game.
Yep.
So let's talk about that first. This game is a game that, for some reason, has a lot more memory than I thought.
Yeah.
When we played this game...
Because of it.
Shut it. When we played this game, I thought for sure I would remember which eggs were mine.
We didn't.
And about halfway through our first game, I remember Melody looked at an egg, and I thought, haha, she can't remember. And then a little bit later, she looked at another egg, and I was like, haha, she can't remember. Then I couldn't remember anything. I was like, wait, she just looked at that egg, and then she moved that egg, but I was pretty sure that was my egg. So I look at the egg, and oh, it is her egg. Well, wait a minute. If that's her egg, where's my eggs? And that's the way the game felt. I was like, where are my eggs? Because suddenly I was missing one somewhere. So then I'm looking at eggs and wasting turns to do that. And then when you look at an egg near the end of the game, especially in a 2-player game. The times that I played the 2-player games, the people are rushing back to the sides. And you have these eggs moving, and so you can't remember which one's yours. So you look at an egg, and it's yours. Now, do you move your egg? Or do you look at another egg to make your opponent think that you didn't find your egg yet, so that they don't quickly move yours into a spot where it can't do jumps and get to your side of the board? What do you think? I don't know. I mean, I was really, you know, and the very first time I finally moved everything, I called it, we turned them over, and I lost. You know, and 4 players is good, but I think this game is best with 2 players. The eggs are good. Like I said, my only problem with the components is I think that if you really were going to be a cheating jerk, you could rotate the eggs and put it so that when you placed them, you knew it was yours. But I don't know. What did you think about the components? Do you like moving giant eggs?
Yeah, that was kind of cute. It reminded me like eggs rolling through grass a little.
Okay. Well, no, and I mean, one of the things, I mean, is that if you're going to make an abstract strategy game like this, which it can be, you know, a boring type theme, it helps to have really cool pieces, and these are really cool. The eggs are chunky, it's easy to move. What do you think about the game itself?
Fun, and it reminded me a little of checkers, just not taking out any pieces.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of checkers, and I love super checkers, where you can just move checkers and jump all over the place, and you can do that in this one. You can do some really cool jumps. You can set yourself up. You're constantly watching. Jumps don't hurt you, but if you set your opponent up for a jump, he can get all the way across the board very quickly.
Yep.
So this game has a bit of maneuverability, but there's the amount of memory in the game is a lot more than I thought, but low enough that I think that you can play this with younger kids. The game says 8 up on here. I think that's a very accurate description. What are your final thoughts?
The artwork was cute, and the game was very can't think of the word.
Strategic.
Yeah.
Strategery. That's the word. Yeah, I like it. I think that the game is a decent abstract game that is enhanced quite a bit by the high quality components and a little bit by the memory aspect. I'm not a big memory guy, but in this one I think the memory really worked because you don't have to remember a lot, and if you're smart, you can just concentrate on a couple things at a time. And yet I still get messed up every time. I've never remembered this every time I played it. Crazy game. Anyway, that's Ovo from Gigamic.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.